Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is going. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
Hey, yo, what's happening, people? Y'all know what time it is. It is 8:30-ish, and it is time for Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And Ask a Cop is en route.
Yeah, that part. Listen, as I've always told you, people, if you are looking at this show right now live, if you're looking at me, you see my hands moving around, and I'm snapping, and it's actually Tuesday. That means you're looking at this live. So what I need for you to do, there's a little, especially if you're looking at it on your cell phone, there's a little button to the right. There's a little heart. You hit that button is going to go up, and you're going to see a whole lot of other buttons, little icons in there. I need you to hit those buttons. Hit those buttons, because when you hit those buttons, it's going to help our
algorithm
go up. Where the thing at, man? Hit the button.
Push your goddamn button.
Push your goddamn button. There you go. Do it again.
Push your goddamn button. Push your goddamn button.
Listen, people. Been telling you, and actually, I'm kind of disappointed because as I've spoken to some people this week about the subject matter, they had to then go and follow. I'm like, I've been talking to you about this forever, and now you just going to follow? So, people, man, come on, man. You got to do better. Just got to do better. There's just, you're following everybody that you don't know. You're following everybody that you can't touch. You know, follow the people that you can touch. I mean, you can actually have a conversation with me, and I can actually talk about what you talked about to me. Can't do that with Shannon Sharp.
and actually care a little bit too.
Yeah, you can't do that with Shannon Sharp. No, you can't do it. You might run into him at Total Wine, but I guarantee you he ain't gonna remember you.
Might not talk to you.
That part. Even if you get to talk to him, might be a book signing, so he might talk to him. But he ain't gonna give you that. If you have an issue going on out there in Black America, in Black America, you can talk to us about it, and we will actually talk about it. We'll actually have you up here and sit behind one of these microphones. But you got to just hit the button, people. Just hit the button. Subscribe. Follow. Woo. I had to get that off my chest. That was 3 people this week. It was 3 people this week. 3 people, brother. I mean, these folks that I know. I know.
And that's something.
When y'all go on, what the hell you mean when we go on? You not following us? Oh, no, man, y'all left Facebook. What? So that's why, like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Okay. Anyway,
you can't make it up.
Hey, man. So as you can see,
Can't make it up.
or as you could hear, Ask a Cop just walked in the building. Volume loud. My bad. Angelo, how was your week, bro?
Hey man, I had a pretty decent week. Mark Curry was here this past weekend, Friday, Saturday, man. And Mark Curry rocked out all weekend long, man. It was really dope. He had some great shows. Real quick, man, shout out to Glenn and C for C's Candles, man. As you can tell, we got the room smelling good, man. C's Candles always on deck.
Always.
Cats, bees, and braces we've been rocking. But I want to also point out.
Got the braces on.
Oh, look at it. Got the braces on. Look at Cats, bees, and braces rocking. And people of the show like us a little bit, man. Outside them few haters we got out there, man. So we got gifted with some books. As we've been talking about the movie Origin and how good the movie Origin is and how deep it is. Have you watched it yet? Nope.
Yes, I did. Why you bullshitting? I did.
But this is what the movie is based out of, the book Cast, based on the Cast system, man. So thank you for these gifts, man. It's real dope. Real quick shout out, and I'm going to move on, man. I like to do my little, when the moment hits for my braggadocious moments for my son, Asa, because Asa's, I've done all my bragging for Aspen his dad, and Alec now is Asa's turn, man. So Asa just had, you had to do the AP tests after you take AP classes. You got to still pass those AP exam afterwards.
Get the college credit.
To get the college credit.
Yeah.
He did 2 of them, man. He busted 5 on both his tests. 5 out of 5, man. So, you know. Just look.
Not for the big question. Now, I've been wanting to ask this. Who was it? Was it you or your wife? Or you just going to hold on to it?
What you talking about?
Them brains came from somewhere, boy. Was it a combination?
I think it's a nice combination. You know what I mean? I think it's a nice combination. But, you know, it's also...
You don't have them play brains, man. That's
it's the blessing of, you know, she was able to stay home with them. And we also had a, you know, especially as a baby, man, we had, you know, babysitter working with her, man. I always shout out that My Baby Can Read stuff. People who having babies right now, if you have a child, young babies, get My Baby Can Read. Probably one of the best investments you'll make. So all those things, man. You know, I think what they all say, what you pour into your seeds, man. You got to pour into them kids, man.
That's right.
So and it's just coming back tenfold. I'm just blessed. Shout out Asa. I told him I was gonna shout about tonight, man. 2 5s.
Way to go, Asa.
Way to go, Asa.
That's all I got.
As a cop, how you doing, bro?
Excellent, bro. Yes, good week.
Retirement life still treating you good?
Always.
Okay. All right. Good deal.
Project 25, 225, man. Make sure y'all read it. I got you, #1 fan. We're gonna talk about it more in depth at another time, but Project 2025, man, y'all better wake up. Wake up!
Real quick, my week was actually better than others. Other weeks that I've had, y'all know I've been asked for prayers. I think y'all prayers are actually starting to come through. I appreciate that. Got another nomination in the books in regards to the cigar community. We'll talk about that towards the end of the show. And some other stuff going on in my personal life that I'm actually feeling pretty damn good about, honestly. Really feeling good about. It's going to change some outlooks on some things and everything. So, yeah, there's that part. I'm going to brag about my son the week that he don't brag about his. My son is doing great, but yeah, we're not doing that type of stuff. But he's doing really well. I'm really proud of my son, but I'll brag about him next week. But as you can see, we got a special guest in the building.
Yeah.
Man, this brother here is one of the even keeled, the calmest dudes. He's a poet. He's a host, narrator, actor. This is Mr. Harold Outley, y'all. How you doing, bro?
What up, Joe? I'm good. JT.
So as you can hear,
though?
the what up, though, you can tell he's from Detroit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he wears that Detroit. He wears it proudly, too.
Question, is it maize and blue or is it green and whatever the other ugly color is?
Let me look in the camera and make sure they know. It's maize and blue. Go
There
Blue,
it
national
is.
champions.
Yeah.
Let's not ever get it confused.
Yeah. He
Maize and blue.
That's all I wanted to hear. That's all.
Yeah.
You my man,
my
brother.
God.
Let run. Let go.
Hey,
Now
man,
the guest
you
coming
know
on.
what?
Jesus
Dude, I
Christ.
did a video for one of his poems,
Yeah.
and they wanted me to have on it was a sock, right?
Yes.
Dude came out with them Michigan socks. I'm like, man, that's like, you really gonna put a
love it.
Michigan sock on me?
Hey,
Yeah.
he had to have on one sock, and I was like, yeah, I got a sock for you. Came all the way up your calf, too.
It really did. Really did.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna rock my cup upstairs too. I was just drinking.
Mr. Outley has got some special things going on next week. We're gonna get in depth in regards to that. Once we come back up out of the break. But right now, real quick, let people know in regards to, this acting thing that's just this bug that came about you real quick, like it's
Man, a young lady by the name of Mika Nicole saw me performing some poetry.
Rest in peace.
And rest in peace to her. And she came up to me and was like, hey, I got this role. Do you want to be in the play? I said, excuse me, ma'am. I'm not an actor. She said, hey, I like what you did on stage. I got this play. Do you want to be in this play? I said, did you not hear me? I'm not an actor. She said, you go be in this play. I said, all right. And from the time we got into the rehearsals and the time we started performing, I think I fell in love with the process. So, they say you get the bug watching everybody rehearse and watching the process. That's what I became enamored with. And I was like, I think I want to do some more of this. So it started from there. And it's been a slow, steady progression since then.
We did Shell of a Man together. He hosted first, and then he actually did a little stand-in. He had to beat a woman beater and everything. And, you know, some people say, man, he was too good at that. I'm like, no, that just means he's a good actor. That's
I
what it
remember
means.
these ladies were in the front row, and they were ready to fight me, literally.
I mean, you act your butt off.
Because I'm in it, and I can hear
Too real.
I can hear the reactions. And when we got to the end of the scene, I could not wait to get backstage because, for one, my heart was beating. I had to catch myself. When they brought us back out, the lady was like, so I just followed direction.
Yeah.
That's all I did. I just did what the director said to do, and how I saw it and felt it, and that's how it came out.
You reminded her of somebody. That was.
All right, listen, people. We're going to take this break. When we come back, we're going to get into detail in regards to his event that's coming up next week. What we got, like 3 minutes? Give us about 2 minutes, and we'll be right back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a call.
Tell a friend, tag a friend. I realized I missed my 7 o'clock deadline. And the guy came back around with another set of cigars. And then he had to cut out and said, well, I want y'all to smoke it outside the patio because so I had to step outside, check out the patio, Don. You know what I mean?
Because they had more than one.
Could have had more than one.
Yeah.
And then met some lovely people out there, man. And me and Don were just sitting there right after this picture right here.
That's me, TJ, nephew.
I sat
me
there on
and
the
Lo.
edge and I looked back and I said, hey, Don, that's Eric freaking Dickerson. I said, man, Eric Dickerson just walked in the building, man.
I wanted to ask him, man.
No, I never wanted to ask him, but you can't help but be like, golly, boy, you had Halle Berry.
I'd have asked
You go right in.
Hey, man. After a
That
little
what you
bit.
done led
Oh,
with?
yeah. No, I wouldn't have led with it.
with that.
But I'd have went there because, I'd be like, bro, you had one of the best exes ever. All right, folks, we back, man. We are back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a call.
Listen, as I said, man, need for you to hit that button over there, the little heart button if you're on your cell phone, and some laptops out there also. Just hit the button. Some other buttons are gonna pop up. Then I want you to hit those, because when you hit those, it's gonna help our
Algorithm.
go up. Again, people, Dwayne, let them know.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Tell a friend, tag a friend. Why
That's
you
it,
doing
man.
that?
That's all we need you to do. That's all we need for you to do. But listen, tonight want you to give us a call if you want to, because this man has got some stuff going on, and I think you're going to be interested. You might have some questions. Give us a call, 404-500-1605. So we're going to get going. Mr. Outley.
Sir.
Poetry. What is it? Words spoken by Mr. Outley.
Yeah, words spoken by Mr. Outley. That's like the brand, the tagline, or whatnot. But the name of the show is From the D to the A, The Journey, starring Mr. Outley, featuring the Six Flow Band. They are providing the soundtrack for the evening, because it's definitely going to be a movie.
Okay. And for those that don't understand what up, though, from the D to the A, explain the title and what inspired you to go with that.
So I'm from the city of Detroit. The word "what up, doe" is a word that we use to greet each other. It can mean a lot of different things depending on how you say it and whatever the situation may call for. Because
what up, Joe?
Say that again.
What up, Joe?
What up, doe?
Doe.
Dog. What up, dog? Doe.
Doe.
What up, doe? What
Yeah.
up, doe? Like what up, doe? Like
What up, doe?
what up, doe?
All one word. What up, doe?
What up, doe? Okay.
Yeah, you talking to a lady, you like, what up, doe? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm from the city of Detroit and been in Atlanta since 2008, but in between that time, I had an opportunity to live in several different states. A lot of life things happened, and during those years, I was writing these poems. And arriving in Atlanta, different scene, getting more acclimated to that poetry scene throughout my time here, I guess you could say, more experiences, developing my craft even more. So I'm putting all of this in a span of, let's say, an hour and a half, and telling not only these poetic stories, but giving more detail on how they came about. Some of them based on true stories, some of them are merely figments of the imagination and just the gift that I was given. So they're going to see it all.
All right. Okay. I've seen some one-man shows. I've actually thought about doing one myself. It's not easy. So where does the inspiration come to tell your story? And then also, what are you thinking you're going to gain, or are you looking to help someone with your story?
The reason what really made me come up with this, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm very comfortable with being vulnerable. Because a lot of some of these things that I'm going to be talking about in these poems came from real places, and sharing some things about myself that, probably a couple years ago I'd have been uncomfortable sharing. So I'm not afraid of being judged or ridiculed, because I realize if somebody has something to say, they're not going to say it to me, and they ain't go whoop my ass. So I'm like, and my mama said, son, tell the truth about yourself. Can't nobody lie on you. But she didn't say that they wouldn't try. So I'm going to be speaking my truth, my flaws, things that I've done, mistakes I've made, and how I've grown from those mistakes to who you see sitting here.
Good stuff.
We work together, and you talked earlier about the creative process in regards to something like this, because Tina Bridges, she was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and when I said to her about your project, she was like, yeah, he's been talking about that for a while. So in your creative process, being that it's been something that you've been thinking about for a while, how did it go, and then at what moment, because you've been thinking about it for a while, at what moment did you say it's time?
So originally I looked at it as how I see comedians, right? And they're not waiting for the networks or Netflix to give them a special. They decide, you know what? I'm going to put the material together. I'm going to get a production crew. I'm going to fund it myself. I'm going to package it and put it out. So what I've done, I've created a set list of certain pieces that I'm going to do. I have to write out how I'm going to segue from each one. I'm going to be doing something else too, but I'm not giving that away. They got to come out and see that. Right. But to make sure it kind of flows, and I'm telling the story along the way. So in between these pieces, you're gonna find out some stuff about me. Like, did that happen? This is why I wrote this. So I had to make sure it flowed, it was concise. I got 10 solid pieces that I'm doing, and no breaks. I'm going straight through. I got props. I got cameras rolling. It's a whole production company. It's filming it. We editing it. We gonna put it out. So
Nice.
the hardest part of it was looking in the mirror and asking myself, how vulnerable do you want to be? Because I believe as an artist, the more vulnerable you are, the people can connect with you. So to your point, what do I hope to achieve? I want the audience to see me in a way that they've never seen me before. And we've worked together. You will find out something about me that you didn't know. And for men of a certain age and stature, it's okay to be vulnerable. So whatever they thought they knew about me, they'll be like, oh, I didn't know that. Some people who been close to me, they know. They were like, I didn't know. And you still here? So I always use the term grateful. But anything you see me post, I'm always using the word grateful, and there's a reason for that. And they about to find out this Saturday, July 13th.
That's dope.
It's killing me.
There's a reason why I'm here.
Man, we talked about it. I'm not going to be able to be there. It's killing me even more now. But,
Yeah. Listen, I promised myself, I said, I'm going to try not to cry because I'm touching emotions. We go laugh. We go cry. It's going to be some empathy. It may be some prayers. We go have a little church. All of these emotions I'm going to be putting on the stage. And I said I'm going to try not to cry, but I know it's going to get to a certain point that I know I'm going to. So I'm going to have to make sure I'm in my... But that's going to be towards probably the end. I can't plan to cry, but the point of touching people's emotions, they go laugh 1 minute, they go get mad the next minute, and then we go be in there with tears in our eyes because they go find out something about me. And they'll be like, you still standing right here. So those who know, they're going to be like, okay. They're not going to look at me the same.
So to make sure I understand, this is all going to be in a poetry form, or is this going to be speaking form?
I am a poetic storyteller.
Okay.
And when I say that is, it's not just, poem getting like speaking, like they're giving a speech. It's not like the normal delivery. I write the same way that I read. I read a lot, and I can see everything that I'm reading. So for me as an artist, the stories that I tell, people are going to be able to see this. If they close their eyes, they can have their eyes open. But the way I deliver them, it's a conversational tone. But that's when the performance aspect come into play, because you're going to be able to see it. And that's the part that I think separates me, but it's also what makes me capable of doing this, being able to hold people's attention just by telling these stories.
So who did you see, if anyone, growing up, and it didn't have to be the same genre, but what did you see growing up that made you say, this is, as far as your style and how you do this, coming a one-man show, I think of like Richard Pryor, Flip Wilson, mostly comedians. So what was somebody you drawn from or something that gave you an inspiration? Because one-man show, that's kind of...
I've always been a stand-up comedy fan. I still feel like stand-up comedy is the hardest job in entertainment. And I've watched the guys like Dave Chappelle tell these stories, and while they may seem long and drawn out, you find yourself
funny as shit
watching them and you paying attention. Watching the Bernie Macs of the world, even watching TV, or listening to music. I can't see it, like it's not a video on TV, but when I'm listening to Luther Vandross and he said Superman would fly high way up in the sky, I want to love, I want to have, I want to hold you, girl, make me a believer. I'm seeing a man sitting talking to this woman like, I want to love you, but I don't know if I can. How can you make me do that? So music, I was able to see that.
Okay.
And obviously I can't sing. So how could I
speak about it?
How could I take the gift that I was given and transfer that?
Got you.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Hey man, I've seen this dude do a poem And I knew he did poetry, but I didn't know he did poetry. And they kept asking for him to do something, After he got done, you know how back in the day when you was in the club and at the end of the night, they played those 3 slow songs and everybody be like, all right, got to go get you one.
Right.
If you can't get it right now, sorry, bro, you ain't going to get it. If you was standing next to a woman and he did this one certain poem, if you didn't get her, you wasn't getting her.
Let's hear it. I want to
You
hear
would
it.
not get
Is that what he is?
Drop some
Man,
bars on us.
I came from out back going, who the hell is that? They was like, that's Harold. I said, Harold? I said, what up, though, Harold?
What up, though, Harold?
Let's hear some
hell
of
they
it.
sound like?
Can
That
you
was-
drop some on us?
No, I stay ready now.
Oh, hey, okay. Call out.
Okay, people. No, you know what? We're going to wait till right before we go to break. Then we're going to let you do it.
Close out with it.
We're going to roll out
That's
with
a
it.
good part.
Yeah, because I need to know how much time I have so I know which one.
Get the people.
How much time? What are you going to get it? So a 5-minute mark.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes now. So now, what he was saying in regards to, you know, when you think of a one-man show, most people think of poetry. I'm sorry, they think of comedy,
Yes.
or they think of somebody like a Luther, somebody, an entertainer with a big catalog. The first one-man show that I saw where somebody actually talked about their life was Mike Tyson. That was the first time I saw it in that realm. Then also, one of the guys we work with,
Coach West.
Coach West. I didn't get to see his. I still want to see it. I hear that he's still doing it pretty good. But you were thinking about this way before then.
Yeah. I remember trying to perform at the City Winery, and I had reached out to them. I had this nice, presentation that I wanted to give them, and they basically said no. Like, we don't know who you are. Nobody knows who you are. This is in 2019, and I was crushed. I said, all right, I got y'all. So these last 5 years, this is what I've been working on. This is what I've been preparing for. I said, all right, and if you create it, they'll come. It might be tardy. They'll find out later. So I kind of use that as motivation to help me prepare this. And I'm going to be talking about my life in between these pieces. Like, well, how does this? Nowhere, you'll find out.
And because I know it's from the D to the A.
Yes.
And like you said, most people that know you well enough probably think that you only went straight from the D to the A.
Yes.
But you've had you said a couple of different stops in between.
Yes.
And all of that, does all of that help with this?
Yes.
Is all of that within this project?
I've lived in Michigan, Texas, to California, back to Texas, to Georgia, to Memphis, back to Atlanta.
Damn.
And,
Polar opposite
marriage,
cities.
divorce, listen, all type of stuff. So throughout living in these time zones and seeing the things that I've seen, oh yeah, it's going to come out.
It's all coming out, huh?
I
saw that look.
You saw that look.
And I don't know if my mother goes see this, but I'm actually calling my parents this week, and I'm going to have a conversation with them like, hey, I don't want y'all to be
Surprise.
surprised because I'm going to talk about something in the way something affected me. Is that okay? Because eventually you're going to see it. Those are the only people.
Yeah.
Those are the only people whose opinions, whose feelings actually matter to me as far as what I'm sharing. Because again, this is my truth.
And that
If you
was
did this man wrong, you're going to hear it.
that was going to be the next question in regards. Is there anybody that you need to speak to before you did it?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, because when a certain path that I went down, it was like I was with you.
Yes.
I need to speak to my mother before I put it out
Yes.
and make sure that she was cool with it. So I can dig that. That's
Yeah. and I know my parents, especially my mama, and she is not gonna have any problem with it. She's gonna be looking forward to hearing how I express it and how it affected me. Because one of the gifts that I have is a memory. So sometimes, I'm not gonna say that, but sometimes having a memory the way that I do, I remember things that I wish I could forget. And there are things that are triggering me. It could be a song, it could be a movie. I can see things, and it can take me to years and months when something happened. Like a song can come out, and I can remember exactly where I was. That's how my memory is. So that's why I'm talking to my parents like, yo, tell my pops like, hey, I remember this, so it's gonna come out. You may not see it now.
They got that LeBron James type memory. You know?
Yeah.
So did you have an epiphany? And just all of a sudden, what were you doing when you just said, this is what I'm going to do? Because that's a lot. Because just from what you're telling us, I can imagine, like I said, I couldn't do it because there's some shit I'm going to take to my grave. But what made you say you was going to, just put it out there? Because that takes a lot of courage. So what point did you get to where you had that courage to do this?
I would say after my last marriage, that played a part, and then just growing, right? Mm-hmm. Just growing. Like I just turned 49 years old, right? So you have those moments where you just start reflecting. Like I've been going back like 10 years, and I feel extremely comfortable. And it's a form of therapy. It's a form of self-acceptance, self-accountability. So me saying these things is like, hey, I know what I did, and I'm not afraid to say what I did, and I own mine. I can own it, because I'm going to tell my story before I give somebody else an opportunity to try to tell a story how they want to tell it. See, I can own mine, and I think with all men, being self-accountable is very important, and us being men at this big age of 49, as I like to say. I know I look like 33.
Yeah, man.
I drink water and use shea butter and mind my business.
And mind your business. That's
all right, y'all. So listen, like I said, we're going to let the man give us a piece. Got about 3 minutes. Got about 3 minutes, my guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are words spoken by Mr. Outley.
Ladies, a wise man will instinctively understand interests rooted in physical desires will eventually expire. You see, that balancing act, it becomes tired. Penetrating without entering the temple may result with a lump in her throat. The inability to express basic words like clits or its. Perhaps my mere presence influencing another reason to jump. Shifting of the legs, unable to sit still, but she's anxious. Patiently waiting impatiently, mentally I'm erect, witnessing her crave me. Eyes provide evidence of future positions in mind. You, bend over, stop that shaking. Oh, remember that trash she was talking, but now you can't take it. It appears as though I'm in too deep. You see, public perception no longer a concern. Numerous options at one's disposal, but there is no comparison. Why try to contain emotions when there is no need? Therefore, with passion, intensity, fulfilling fantasies, inexplicable, unparalleled, while not taking anything for granted. You see, something special was sprinkled on this here, because we're mutually enchanted. With reckless abandon, feasting on one another's flesh. Yes, I enjoyed that hearty breakfast, but these taste buds are in the mood for something else. But I digress.
Oh.
all right. All right, sir.
And with that, we'll be right back.
See you, Red. realized I missed my 7 o'clock deadline. And the guy came back around with another set of cigars. And then he had to cut out and said, well, I want y'all to smoke it outside the patio. Because so I had to step outside, check out the patio, Don. You know what I mean?
Because they had more than one.
Could have had more than one.
Yeah.
And then met some lovely people out there, man. And me and Don were just sitting there right after this picture right here.
That's me, TJ, nephew.
I sat
me
there on
and
the
Lo.
edge and I looked back and I said, hey, Don, that's Eric freaking Dickerson. I said, man, Eric Dickerson just walked in the building, man.
I wanted to ask him, man.
No, I never wanted to ask him, but you can't help but be like, golly, boy, you had Halle Berry.
I'd ask
You go right in.
Hey, man. After a
That
little
what you
bit.
done led
Oh
with?
yeah. No, I wouldn't have led
wouldn't
with
have
it.
led with that.
But I went there because I'd like, bro, you had one of the best exes ever.
Well, I like the claps and the hollers when y'all come back. I like
Yeah, man. We are back. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's the cop.
Listen, as I told you, man, from the D to the A, Mr. Harold Outley. This coming up Saturday. We're going to give you some more information. We're going to throw the flyer up before we get up out of here. We're going to get on to the subject matter of this week, man. I was sitting around.
Hey, real quick, can I just say this
Oh,
real
yeah.
quick? Shout out to my brother Reggie and his family. My mom said y'all watching, so shout out my brother Reggie, Destiny,
What up, Reggie?
Landra,
What up, Reg?
Tank. Love y'all. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so sitting around, I think it was Saturday. Supposed been out the house, but it was raining. So I figured I'd look at, some Tubi. Catch up on some of my Tubi movies. And came across one. And this subject matter came up. This female actually thought that her man was messing around with somebody named Kenyatta, but it actually was Kenny, something like that. So it had me thinking. I said, I put a post. I said, ladies, if you found out that your man was actually cheating on you with another man, would you fight for your marriage because you ain't gonna let a man take your man? Because that's what the young lady did on the movie. She fought, saying, I'm not gonna let a man take my man. So her friends was like, well, what if it was a woman? She was like, I can understand that, but I ain't letting a man take my man. And so, post the same thing for the fellas. Fellas, if you find out that your lady is actually cheating on you with a female, would you keep it a secret and go out and cheat so that it looks like you were the one that cheated? Men will do that. I actually thought a lot of men was going to say, I would ask if I could be a part of it. Surprisingly, I did not have a lot of people answer that way. But,
You had a couple.
Yeah,
I saw one of them for sure.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, he did. Like my man Harvey, what was that? Harvey said if it's a girlfriend, then she's our girlfriend.
That what he said?
But if it's his significant other or wife, then it's cheating, and she can have her. Thought that was pretty interesting. So, gentlemen, since we ain't got no female up here, I'm hoping some ladies will call in or give some comments. I got some comments that they gave. A lot of comments from the ladies. The brothers was kind of scared to answer. But, gentlemen, what say you? If your woman, you found out your lady was cheating on you with another lady, what you think?
First off, let me give this disclaimer. There are double standards, okay? Whether they are fair or not, there are double standards on both sides. So what I would say, if it was me, the first thing I would probably know, I would be like, well, what's she look like? You know what I'm saying? Because is she like a Cleo from Set It Off? Or, is she like a, not a Cleo? That's what I would want.
Not a Cleo.
Right. So I think that would be my first
That's funny.
question. If she was the opposite of Cleo, I would want to know, like, so what made you want to do that? I can't say I would leave her. I can't even say I would ask to be involved. That's something you just kind of want to wait to see what happens. You just got to play your cards right. But would I be upset? If she was a Cleo, yeah. I would be upset. I would. But if it was, a nice, the opposite, why my voice sounding like that? Something different.
Opposite of Cleo.
Yeah, opposite of Cleo. I may be like, oh, okay, well, what can you do? Like, it didn't already happen. Now, the male ego is as gentle as an eggshell, so I can't say my ego wouldn't be a little bruised, but I can't say I would leave her. But I also wouldn't be like, ooh, I'm going to let them deal with that.
So not a Cleo, but a Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie
Yeah.
Yeah, she was hard.
See-
She was hard, but she was fine though.
So she's good
Jada
looking.
Pinkett character then. Yeah, I'm going to go with Jada Pinkett.
Yeah, I forgot what was her name.
Stony.
Stony.
Yeah,
Stony.
she was Stony, yeah.
Stony.
So,
Shit.
it's not clear cut. It's a gray area. It's gray. Gray area.
As a cop, what say you guys?
Well,
I was just reading Kiki comment.
she fucked up. Because the genie's out the bottle. And you ain't getting this genie back in the bottle. You just gave me a fuck everything in Atlanta card.
God, dog.
I'm just being real. No, honestly, I'm just being real because I'm 100% faithful. And if you fucked up the marriage vows, that night.
So you would stay and fuck around on them.
Well, put it this way. If you've been up to the comedy club on a Saturday night, I'm going to be up there by the bar, and they thick. And I'm going to have me about two of them.
But so you would
So
stay.
you're not leaving though?
Huh?
You're not leaving? You just going out? You just
At this stage of my life, yeah, because if I get married again, I'm going to have a prenup, so I wouldn't give a fuck. But back in the day, I would have to kind of balance it out into because half is half.
Period.
Yeah, so because
regardless.
I'd have to see how in the wrong would she be.
I said it's gray area.
If the
It's gray
scale's
area.
gonna go like that, my way, it's all good. But if the scale's gonna go another way, now we might just have to hang that one out, and I'm just gonna be slinging
From then on out.
from then on out.
well, her argument is gonna be, it's not a man to you, right?
It's no argument. It's cheating is cheating. I'm
Okay.
a faithful person, and I don't cheat. So if I don't cheat and you cheat, you just let it all out there. If I ain't gonna take an L financially, I'm gonna leave you. But if I'm gonna take a loss, like if you're gonna get half irregardless, even though you cheated, then I'm gonna have to think about it. I'll stay. But either way, I'm out there.
You outside.
I'm all the way
Yeah,
outside.
outside.
You outside.
And the door shut behind me. And I nailed it shut. Ain't no coming back.
All right. Angelo usually have a better answer than me, so I'm gonna go before Angelo. I would hope that mine would have a conversation with me first, because that gray area, could be, sky blue. It could be nice, if you have a conversation with me first. you know, it may be something that we could try together. I mean,
We a team.
Yeah, I mean, teamwork make the dream work. You know what I'm saying? So if there was a conversation that we had at the beginning, you know, I would hope that we would be at that position to where, if, you know, she felt she had to go that route, then that's a conversation she could have with me. If she didn't have a conversation with me and did it, you made me think. But I'm proud. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I ain't rich, so she can't get too much. So I'm out.
Yeah, because you were like, what else is she lie about?
Yeah, you know, I'm out. But you know, if we had a conversation, like I said, the one I'm in right now, and the one I've been in, if we should be in a space where we can have that conversation before they have to do something like that. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. But like I said, if no conversation, I'm surprised. I find out, I'm out. And I've actually had some of the people that actually didn't post anything and wasn't following us. They actually said, man, wouldn't that be embarrassing though to find out that your chick got taken by another chick? I don't think I'll let anybody know.
Check that
I was like, hey man, it don't matter. Half of it is mental anyway. It ain't got nothing to do with the physical. So male or female, either way,
Most of it is mental.
it's gone. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that especially with females, you know, it's usually more mental than physical anyway. So yeah. All right, Angelo.
So let me ask you a question based on your response, though. If a person tells you have a conversation about it prior to, and you agree to, is it still considered cheating?
No.
And I agree to it.
You agree to it.
You had the conversation prior to?
No, I don't think so. Morally,
I mean, like, what do you like?
morally
Like, if a
and
person has the conversation, what are you looking for in that conversation?
oh, to see if we can all, you know,
Figure it out.
yeah, yeah. Not have a conversation. Listen, is it okay if I go sleep with this chick? No.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you said I'm going to sleep with this chick to see if it can work out for us, I might be a little lenient that way too. You know, if you need to go.
So was that
you need to go
in
test
this
the waters
category
out.
of cheating?
In
This
my
is a question.
eyes-
I don't know the answer.
No, in my eyes, I think if you give the permission, it's not. Now, in the eyes of the Bible and more and all that type stuff, yeah, I get where people are saying that. But in my eyes,
Which
at
testament?
me, I wouldn't. If I gave, if I gave permission, then no. It's like what they say, hall pass. Somebody give you a hall pass, and you go out and have sex with somebody, is cheating. You know. Sometimes it becomes cheating after the fact. They probably didn't think you was actually going to take advantage of the hall pass. But no, it wouldn't be cheating if I gave permission to go test out the waters.
So I honestly, I'm going through my mind. I honestly don't know the answer of how it would be. If it was Cleo, it'd be a wrap because you're looking for something else completely at that point, in my opinion.
That y'all can't share anyway.
Yeah.
So
Cleo,
you
I
understand
mean,
what I was saying?
Yeah. It's be like, shoot, you want something totally different. You know what I mean? You know, if it's a Stony, you know what I mean? I don't know. What, you know what I mean? I don't know the answer to that. It'll be interesting. You know what I mean? But I think regardless, it has to be the conversation of you know, how did we get here? You know what I mean? What's really going on?
Shit didn't happen overnight.
I mean, you're
so,
curious. Is it just curiosity? Is it, you know what I mean? It'll be.
I think that's a valid question to ask.
Yeah.
Like, were you curious? Is this something that you did before?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because, again, I started this by saying it's double standards. Because a woman may have that college experience, and it could have been just that one thing. And she could have been going on and, you know, have a husband and all of that. So you were like, hey, this something you just want to try again? Or what are we talking about?
Yeah.
And how can I be of service? How can I be of service if necessary? Taking all the ego out of it.
Kiki said, let's be clear, she'll never be our girlfriend. So she said she's not having that part. I see her.
She gonna keep it to herself.
Oh yeah, we're gonna discuss it real soon. She said see Cass. Unc said power statement. Yeah, we're just making sure Ascot read it before we watch the movie. Before we went into it. Keegan says y'all are really letting a girl take y'all girl. I tell you what, from a male ego standpoint, I bet you rather the girl take your girl than some dude.
Hey man, what you talking about?
If you find out a dude bringing her back, that's a whole other. That's a whole.
Yeah.
And the whole thought process automatically
Everything changed. Everything
changes. We ain't talking about Cleo no more.
Everything changed.
You know what I mean? We talking about Cliff. Get the ball game.
Rap, because she.
Yeah.
I am a logical thinker. I've said this. I don't allow my emotions to override what makes sense to me.
Okay.
It doesn't mean I won't feel the way that I feel, but I won't make decisions. I have to think it through because I can accept what makes sense to me if I thought it through as opposed to reacting off of rational emotion. If it is a man and she decided to go with that man, she was going with that man long before she went with that man. And there was nothing that I can do about that, and I have to accept that. So ain't no need for me getting mad about it because I'm logical, and I know if she went with that man on a Tuesday, she went with that man 80 Tuesdays ago. It was already a wrap for me. So why tear the club up?
So why tear the club up?
I mean, I get it, like that rush of anger that we have, like you got the audacity. But then you like, because I've been cheated on, and I've cheated in my life. And both times I responded the same way. I was like, I took that L. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
And she in the car with him too. I had to eat that. I had to
I'm
eat
getting
that.
my pound of flesh.
Yeah, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. That's a rough one. You see her in the car.
Beat
And,
that ass.
I didn't say that for the show. I just gave that one away.
Millennial said, well, if Cleo took my girl, I honestly would have to dress up like Mrs. Doubtfire and box her to the song. Dude looks like a lady.
That's a heavy.
Kiki
That's
said, I would think if it was a Stony, that's when she's looking for something else. A Cleo is an image of a man that looks like you. Yeah, that's totally different. You know what I mean? It's, huh? Yeah, but I'm sure.
still, just a little different.
You little Stony? Little Stony bringing her back.
It's just a little different. Just a little different.
You just never know.
You
So
never
you
know,
never
right?
know.
Little different when that actual blood is pulsating through it in some plastic. it's just a little. Good point there. Good point there too. Yeah. It's
And she done got emotions into the dude and everything. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know, that's a tough one there, man. That's a tough one there.
like I said, if she would have
ain't
got
tough to
usually
me.
emotions
It ain't tough to
already
you.
in it.
That shit ain't tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he said, I want my pound of flesh. You give me these paws.
But we have. I just want to get the opinion because we have one female in the building though. So give us the thought process though from a female standpoint. Not thinking about your hubby.
Hey, did y'all see the disclaimer I had to put up there? Listen, just because I tag certain people, it just became because they came up in the tag suggestion line. And that does not mean that your dude is messing around with another guy. I
just want another female opinion. We got a few to comment, but go ahead.
So the question is, if I find out that he's cheating with a man
Yes.
and we're not married, he for the streets. Cause I can't compete with no dick.
What if if you're married, then what?
If you're married, you should be gone.
So you're
too,
married,
shit.
would you fight for your husband?
We would have to have a serious psychological conversation. Like what's going on? When did it start? Is this something that you had going on prior to me and it's just now surfacing because you feel at liberty to, express? or is this something that you just wanted to taste out of nowhere? Like, because a lot of it is a psychological thing, Yeah, that would be a conversation. Now, would I leave? It would be depending on what came out of the conversation, in all honesty. Because like I said, I can't compete with no dick. Ain't nothing I can do with that. Ain't nothing I can do with
I ain't
that.
gonna play. Ben might beat my ass. I was gonna say something.
He will.
But see, like you said earlier, in regards to the double standard.
standards, yeah.
Because, women, like I said, they could have that fling in college. It happened. I don't want to do it again. It just happened. Lipstick, what is it? Liquid, lesbian, something. Yeah. But if a man messes with another man, it's like a scarlet letter. Period. You ain't no coming back from it. There ain't none.
And
Yeah. It hole poke, you poke that hole, you done. It's a wrap.
Kiki
It
said,
is a wrap.
y'all
She's
okay
gone.
because you think you
She's
could be a
gone.
part of a stony situation. Well, I think it's more so. We're to us, it's not as big of a deal to see two women anyway. And I hate my mama watching this. Close your ears. But it's not.
I know.
it's-
Mine at the airport, I hope she
Hey, we just visually.
She usually
it's-
sleep.
It's not.
That could be part of your porn search.
We've always accepted that as sexy or
Right.
or intriguing. So it's not. We don't see that as big of a deal. But a male is just
Brutal.
these are
Look
two.
like everything look like it hurt. Just painful.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
It just looks painful. It does.
I like
I'm
it.
concerned if you see two in one. And I'm just gonna say that. I'm concerned with that personally, but hey, it's not. It's like, whoa, that's too close.
No way. No sword fights.
He said no sword fights.
Classic conversation, boy. This thing would change.
Kiki said Stoney could be bringing her back too. Yeah, you might. She probably could.
Oh, little Stone jumping up and down.
Oh man, this
Mama
would be
say
the
she
conversation
not
we had when my Christian family watches the show. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm sorry. I promise you.
They all grown, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, please tune in next week. Oh, wow.
Yeah, y'all subscribe. Y'all go and subscribe while you watching, man. Everybody, tell a friend, tag a friend, man. Y'all go and subscribe to Classic Konversation while y'all watching. We need some Virginia followers. Let's go.
Oh boy, that's
JoJo, mom, I heard what you did at the family reunion too, man. My mom, JoJo said, I know we got to wrap up, but my cousin JoJo said, man, my mom went out there at the family reunion and she told everybody, pull your phones out and follow Classic Konversation. Boy, I said, I love my mama, boy.
Put it out there. Thank you,
Hey,
Mom.
she said the family told all of them to subscribe. I said, boy, that's my mama. That
Thank
boy.
you. Thank you.
well, I'm going home.
Welcome
this
new
weekend, boy.
subscribers.
I'm gonna be walking around with that doggone scan code all throughout the church. Hey, I'm so sorry for your loss. Yeah, I appreciate it. Listen here, pull your phone out.
Put your phone out right quick.
Do this for me. Is there anything I can do for you? Yeah, just scan this right here for me real quick. Whew. All right, y'all. Listen, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back with some closing statements. We're going to get all the information on the, what are you calling it? An event, a show?
It's a show.
Show.
One man show.
On the show. And also, I got to put up a link. I need for y'all to vote for your boy. I'm trying to win something here. So, yeah, we'll be right back. Classic Konversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a come.
I realized I missed my 7 o'clock deadline. And the guy came back around with another set of cigars. And then he had to cut out and said, well, I want y'all to smoke it outside the patio because So I had to step outside, check out the patio, Don. You know what I mean?
Because they had more than one.
Could have had more than one.
Yeah.
And then met some lovely people out there, man. And me and Don were just sitting there right after this picture right here.
That's me, TJ, nephew.
I sat
me
there on
and
the
Lo.
edge and I looked back and I said, hey, Don, that's Eric freaking Dickerson. I said, man, Eric Dickerson just walked in the building, man.
I wanted to ask him that.
No, I never wanted to ask him, but you can't help but be like, golly, boy, you had Halle Berry.
I'd have asked
You go right in.
Hey, man. After a
That
little
what you
bit.
done led
Oh,
with?
yeah. No, I wouldn't have led
wouldn't
with
have
it.
led with that?
But I'd went there because, I'd be like, bro, you had one of the best exes ever. All right, y'all, we back, man. Classic Konversations with JT and Lo.
Now it's a cop.
Listen, we're about to get this thing closed out, but first, of course, we're going to have our closing words, closing statements, things of what's going on and everything. But first, Mr. Outley, we really appreciate you, gracing the desk of Classic Konversations.
I appreciate the
Coming through.
invitation.
Yep, and you slid right in. Oh, shit, that didn't sound right. No, did he? But yeah, you
Ingratiated myself.
yeah, there you go. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's why you doing a one-man show, and I'm just up here talking on the
How big
mic.
is this venue you got?
Great segue. What up, though? This Saturday, July 13th, at the Atlanta Theater, I am having my one-man show from the D to the A, Journey, starring yours truly, featuring a 6-4 band. It is a 50 seats. It's an intimate venue, stadium seating style. I wanted it that way. I wanted it to be up close and personal. The doors open at 6 o'clock. Show starts at 6:30. You can go to any of my social medias, Harold Outley, HAROLD, OUTLEY, and you will find the link. You can go to my website, MrWhatUpDoe.com, MrWhatUpDoe. We are going to have a time on Saturday. We are 7 tickets from a sellout. So we will go sell these 7 by Friday.
There it is.
Now they're going to sell them before the day out.
Probably
Yeah,
tonight.
let's
After
go ahead and
tonight.
claim that.
I just told my boy, I said, hey, man. I just told him. tell you
One more
people.
thing. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, sure.
There's 2 movies on Tubi right now that I'm in. Men Pray 2. Please check that out. And also Destiny, A Love Story Gone Wrong. Sinful Lies is coming as well.
That's dope, man. Congratulations,
He was
brother.
the lead. He was the lead in Men Pray Too.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep. Ask a call. What you got,
We got to
homie?
bring him out here, man. I got to get some poetry up here, uptown or the avenue. That's what I want. We love to do this, something like that.
Hey,
With
I ain't hard to
chat.
get in contact with.
That's what's up.
Available for booking.
Ask a call. What you got, bro?
Gun violence. I talked about it last week, but there was two 14-year-olds killed and a 12-year-old shot, and they don't know who the assailant was. It was on one of the young men's birthday. And so I can't even imagine how the family's feeling, the mother's feeling. And, it's something we always want to ignore and say, well, they do it too, they commit crimes too. But if you look at the percentage that we make up in America, 13.5, 14, and when you back out the Africans and you back out the Caribbeans and just look at us, it's an issue. And if you don't think it's an issue, imagine how that mother feels. Now, it's reported differently because there was a mass shooting in Kentucky, and they didn't even report on it today. There's a mass shooting. It was at a birthday party, and 4 people were killed, and untold number shot also, and that was white. It was a white guy. Well, Chase. They hadn't said it yet, but his name was Chase. And they didn't even report on it. So if you look at the level of violence that occurs in Atlanta, I'm not talking about across, and I know we got viewers everywhere, but at some point, somebody needs to speak out on it, and they can't keep on saying that, well, we're handling it, well, crime is down, because when they say crime is down, what they're doing is including areas like Buckhead, including Zone 6, including downtown Zone 5, and they realign the zones. They realign the zones to change, following crime patterns. So the crime is only occurring in small pockets, small black pockets, most of the violent crime. And we need the Mayor Dickens. We got a great police chief, but something else needs to be done. And that the community has to get involved. These church leaders that talk about buying Lear jets and flying all over the world need to think about what's going on right in Atlanta. That's all I got.
So real quick, I'm glad you brought them kids because I was going to bring it up. Well, since you already did it, I'll move to the next thought I had was, it was devastating to have all them kids shot. It's just ridiculous how they doing this, man. But listen, we got to vote, folks. All right, all this nonsense. People in this Democratic Party need to grab your cojones and stop this nonsense. Stop trying to. It pissed me off hearing some of these folks about, he needs to step down. How are y'all asking someone with a speech impediment to step down because of one bad performance versus a guy that's convicted of 34 felonies, lied to you in your face directly, but that party is still supporting him, and you all are doing all this flim-flamming, which is not good for the voters. Is really, really ignorant. It's really, really dumb. Wake up, smell the coffee. I keep forgetting this young lady's name, but the one who called her the bad built blonde. You know what I mean? She made another great statement the other day, man. Just like, come on, people, wake up, man. Let's wake up. You can't disregard 34 felonies and a direct and ultimate liar who never answered any questions. You feel better about someone who didn't answer any questions versus someone who still answered the question, whether he had a problem, whatever, but the questions were answered. Somebody who just flim-flammed his way through an entire process and continues to do it. Come on, man. And I'm saying this because it's influencing voters and making them either not want to vote or they actually thought of voting for somebody who said being convicted makes you feel like you one of us. Dude, that junk is so ignorant. Wake up, folks. Shout out again to my son, Asa. All right, I saw you missed it. Yeah. 5s on his AP. Love you, boy.
Oh, that was great, bro, because I've noticed some people talking about that a lot, and now, like you said, people are saying they're not going to vote. You know, I'd rather just not vote than vote for that dude. You know, he's falling asleep. He's blah, blah, blah. So, that was great that you said that. For me, man, like I said, good week. I got hopefully next week I'll be sharing some news with you guys that's nothing to do with the entertainment world, got to do with just me in life, period. But I was nominated this week for Atlanta Cigar Week as the what do they call me? The male style icon. I know you see me up here, hats to the back. Sometimes a big chain, just a little chain, but big chain. I know. But actually, when I'm outside, I actually do dress up. So
Pretty
I put the
Ricky,
link
what
in
they
there.
call them.
I put the link in. Polls are open. They're open until August 10th. I would love, humbly ask you to go in there and click that button under James Thompson. It would be great. Another guest of the show that's been on the show, February Hassan. She's actually been nominated also as female icon, fashion icon of Atlanta Cigar Week. So, if you see her name, like I said, she's a friend of the show. Go on, click that button also. That's going to do it in regards to JT's news. So we're going to go on to this top 5.
There it is. Already posted in there, man. So we're going with the top 5, your top 5 shoes of all time. Your top 5. Tennis shoes, dress shoes, whatever you want to call shoes. If you just wear flip-flops every day, what kind you get? What's your top 5? Give me top 5 shoes.
Ready to go with it, Dwayne?
Jasmine Crockett. Thank you all. Jasmine Crockett.
I'll
Shout
go
out to her.
first. Air Diamond Turfs. Of course, those are Deion Sanders. Nike Air Max 95s.
Got the year.
Nike Huaraches.
Got the year.
Jordan 11s. And that's 4. And last but not least, what did I wear? Jordan 4s. Yeah.
Millennial.
I like to keep it simple. I'm gonna go with those Megatron iridescent glow in the darks. I know y'all don't know.
That's simple. That's real simple.
Them Calvin Johnsons. Let me see. Old school Air Force Ones. With the laces removed. Cortezes. Blue and white ones. No red, and I ain't no blood. I ain't no Crip either. I just like blue. Plus, we got a cop in the building, so shout out to him. He is in a gang, the World Police Force, America. Fuck yeah. Let me see. Open toe sandals, the ones that you barbecue with. Those my favorite. The brown ones, y'all know.
Is it the brown ones?
On them Debo specials, the ones that like lose the cushion at the bottom.
Oh, Mr. Outley, what you got, sir?
I think the first would be classic Adidas top 10s. That's a Detroit staple. The second one would be, I love sandals. I have these Bally's sandals that I like wearing, so I'm a fan of sandals. I would be those. These shoes I have on now are my favorite too because they're extremely comfortable. Rockport Pro Walker from back in the day. That's something we wore in Detroit. And actually the shoes that I'm wearing on Saturday is definitely my new favorite, even though I've never worn them before. I just try them on in the house, but the color scheme is just so cold. That's a plug just to let y'all know I'm putting that shit on Saturday. But yeah, those like my top favorite shoes. But the top 10 definitely was like first on the list.
We ascotting it Saturday. We ascotting it. You don't want to get that out?
You know what? Because it's you. I'm actually not wearing an ascot. People expecting me to wear ascot because that is my signature. But I'm not wearing an ascot. And there's a reason for that. Because when I'm be performing, the ascot go get in the way, so I have to be more, got to be able to move around.
That's why when I wear an ascot, I feel like I'm restricted, like somebody choking me. I ain't into that game.
There's a lot you can do with an ascot now. You know what? Never mind. That's wrong.
I know. What you got, MJ?
And I roll with Adidas Shell Toes, Air Jordans, 11s, Sebagos. I'm telling my age with that one.
Just I gotta look that one up.
Prada loafers. Sebagos. And last, I would probably, I can't even say that one. I'm not going to say because I got like 3 pair, but I'm not going to say it because they're comfortable as shit. But let's just say they're sandals, flip-flops. Crocs, I'll admit it. Yeah, I love Crocs. Crocs comfortable as shit. Okay, all right. Yeah. Crocs on point, they're comfortable as shit. I got like 3 different pairs. Okay, there we go. Then I'm admitting. Crocs all the way, man. Crocs comfortable as shit.
Wait, hold on. Hold up, bro. Did you say sport? Did you say sport mode?
He said this.
That's
No. You got to go back to the 80s, Sebago.
Hilarious.
Oh man, I just recognized you got on
They're
the
like,
water boy.
they came out
joint.
after like
That-
Pimlets.
Oh my God, that jersey is fire. I got to grab, bro. It's one of my favorite football players.
Bobby Boucher.
Yes, sir. Bobby Boucher. Bobby Boucher, boy. I'm gonna talk about my mama. All right, I have to go. My first
Stacey Adams.
ever sneaker that actually had me feeling like I was dope. They were called Jocks. Used to buy them at Tom McCann.
Tom McCann.
Yeah, back at Tom McCann. That was, before you could really afford sneakers. But, boy, I used to get that suede blue, suede red. Yeah. So Jocks was the first thing. Wow. Then I would have to go with, the Spalding Clydes. The Spalding Clydes. We call them the Clyde Fraziers. There was a Spalding suede sneaker that had wings on the side. Clyde Frazier played with him when he was with the Knicks. Exactly. They would. Yeah. I have to go that route. The third one would have to be the shoe we wore in New York called it's Earth Walker, but we call it Earth Walkers. It was a brown, leatherish shoe with the bottom. It's called Earth Walkers because the bottom of them looked like whatever that joint was that went to the moon. That's what they call it. Yeah. So they call them Earth Walkers. Number 2. Wow. I already know my number 1, but number 2, I'm gonna have to go with Jordan 9s. Yeah, the Jordan 9s. Number 1 would have to be them Dope Boys. That's the black and white and the white and black. Both of them.
Both of them.
Cortez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we call them Dope Boys. If you warm in New York, you slinging dope. Yeah. Keep me a fresh pair at all times.
All right. Anna Lena, she said tennis shoes are favorite. Hoka?
Yeah, Hokas are good.
Okay. New Balance and comfortable sandals. My mom got Stacey Adams. That's one of mine. Air Jordan, Brooks, Pumas, and Adidas. Number 1 says she's not in the shoes, so she'll pass. Race to the vote. Project 2025 will effectively dismantle the voting civil and fair housing acts. That 45 claims he knows nothing about. Yeah, right. If you believe that, I got some land in Dominican. I want to say you're right now. Kiki said in high school, Reebok, Classics, Jordan 11, Shell to Adidas, Grant Hills. Oh, wow. And number 1, anything that shows her pretty toes.
Let's go.
Supreme Monk said, Nita's right. Get you some PF Flyers and vote. He said,
My
look
God.
up PF Flyers if you don't know.
PF Flyers.
Yeah.
Come on now.
She said, what JT Clyde who? Clyde Frazier. She said, Clyde who? That's funny. All right, I got Stacey Adams definitely for my dress shoes. I'm going to go back because we said favorites of all time. So my favorite one was back in the day when I lived in Germany, man. I was a pony man. I wore everything pony. I love me some ponies. I love the old era salts, man. They call them the Charles Barkleys, man. Those are my joints. And then I had the Jordan. I don't know what numbers they are, but it was the 3/4 one with the little
Mesh on the side.
mesh on the side. Oh man. And those 2 pair of shoes I just named were both stolen on the bus ride out to Virginia, and I'll never forget it. After my graduated from high school, I went to Virginia right before I started football. Where's George, man? Somebody stole my bag, took my shoes. I'll never forget. Whoever, I hope that you broke your ankle in them jokers.
He looking for you.
Still.
And we find you.
Oh man. And right now, I'm rocking Pumas real hard, man. So, I got these Puma boots, man. They're so bloody comfortable, it's ridiculous. They're just super duper comfortable. You feel like you're walking on air with them joints on.
Nike just came out with, they ain't just came out. They got some boots that's major comfortable. I had them for a year, never wore them. Finally put them bad boys. I was mad because my wife bought them for me, to be honest.
I think that's fine.
Finally put them bad boys on, them things so comfortable. Had them for a whole year, never wore them.
Hey, man, y'all tell a friend, tag a friend. Everybody watching, tell a friend, tag a friend, man. Make sure you share this.
Matter of fact, what's the number, right? Can you see the number of how many people we have following us right now? Subscribe.
Let's see, shall we? Go back. There we go.
1280.
1.28.
Yep, 1.28.
All right.
Okay.
Mark it down. We're going to check this next week, people. We need to be up to what we want to be up? 1.5? 1.5. Need to be up 1.5. All right. So I'm gonna start calling people out. I'm gonna tag them on Facebook. You told me you was
Put the
gonna
link
do
in
it.
there.
You use that highlight.
Yeah, highlight them. All right, man. So that's gonna do it again, brother. We appreciate you coming
Absolutely,
through.
man.
Appreciate you
Good luck
having
to
me.
you,
Doesn't
brother.
appreciate you.
I hate that I'm not gonna be able to make it, but I have a feeling that you're gonna have to do this again anyway. I'm putting it out there right now. These people these people are gonna ask you to come back. I'm putting it out there right now. They're gonna ask you to come back, and they're probably gonna give you a bigger venue. You're gonna fight it because you want it to be intimate, but watch what I tell you. I'm telling you right now, because I got a good week going. Ride with it.
Well, we rolling.
There we go. There it is. So that's gonna do it, man. We will see you guys next week. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
And we out. You dig?